Oh, you really thought Young Joc and Kendra had finally fixed everything between them? No, my friend, this is not a happy ending. In fact, this is just the beginning of a big, shocking drama. Because guess what? Kendra is pregnant, but Joc is not the father. Yes, you heard that right. And now everyone is asking the same question. If Joc is not the father, then who is? And let me tell you, this is where things become even more unbelievable. The man who is involved in this betrayal is not some random person. He is someone close to Joc. Someone Joc trusted. Someone who acted like a friend, but was stabbing him in the back the whole time. And when Joc found out, oh, what happened next was something straight out of a reality show. A complete meltdown. So, who is this mystery man? And how did Kendra keep this secret for so long? Get ready, because the truth is wild and the tea is boiling. Now let us really talk about it. If you thought Joc and Kendra had finally found peace after all those cheating scandals, think again. This latest news has taken everything to a whole new level of messy. Let us go back for a moment. If you have been keeping up with their story, you already know their relationship has been a crazy roller coaster. There have been cheating rumors, public embarrassment, and even side women popping up out of nowhere. And through all of that, Kendra stayed with Joc. Honestly, people even said she deserved a medal for her patience. But everyone has a limit. And now it looks like Kendra has reached hers. Because what just came out has the power to burn everything down. Here is what we know so far. Kendra is pregnant. Now usually, this would be happy news, right? But not this time, because here comes the shocking part. Joc is not the father. And if that sounds bad, hold on, because it gets even worse. According to people close to the situation, and yes, we are talking about the same people who always seem to know Joc's business before he does, Joc did not even hear about the pregnancy from Kendra. He found out through a leaked medical report. Yes, that report confirmed she was pregnant, but the DNA test clearly showed that Joc is not the father. And when that report hit the internet, the streets went crazy. Twitter exploded within minutes. People could not believe it. They were shouting, "No way Kendra could do Joc like that. After everything, she was the one who cheated?" But wait, it gets even messier. Sources say that Joc was out running errands when his phone started going off. Missed calls, back-to-back messages, and headlines popping up everywhere. The news was loud. Kendra is pregnant, but Joc is not the daddy. People were calling it the biggest paternity scandal in reality TV. At first, Joc thought it was some kind of sick joke. Because in his heart, he believed Kendra would never do this to him. But then he saw the DNA report with his own eyes. And that was when everything changed. Witnesses say Joc started pacing back and forth. He was sweating, shaking his head, and talking to himself. He even threw his phone across the room so hard that it broke. One person said he kept saying, "This cannot be real. This cannot be real." But it was real. And when it finally hit him that Kendra had been lying, he jumped into his car and rushed home. Now this is where things become even more intense. When Joc walked into the house, he knew something was not right. Kendra was sitting on the couch, scrolling through her phone like nothing had happened. Joc slammed the door and shouted, "You have something to tell me?" Kendra looked at him with a bored expression and replied, "What are you talking about? Excuse me?" She really tried to act like she did not know. Joc stepped closer and said, "Do not play with me. You know exactly what I am talking about." Kendra shrugged and said, "I am pregnant. That is all you need to know." Joc's face turned red with anger. You could see the veins in his forehead. He grabbed Kendra's phone, looked her straight in the eyes, and said, "If I am not the father, then who is?" And Kendra? She smirked. Yes, she actually smirked and said, "Does it really matter?" That was it. Joc completely lost control. People who were there said he kicked over the coffee table, knocked down a lamp, and punched the wall so hard it left a dent. He kept shouting, asking her who the father was. But Kendra just sat there, calm and quiet like she did not care. But here is the part that will really shock you. Joc was not the only one who came to the house that night. Just when everything was falling apart, guess who walked through the door? Kirk Frost. Yes, the same Kirk Frost who has been caught in cheating scandals many times. The same Kirk who always smiled in Joc's face. The same Kirk who acted like his friend. Joc saw him walk in, and in that moment, everything made sense. He turned to Kendra and said, "It is him, isn't it?" And Kendra? She crossed her arms and calmly said, "You wanted to know who the father is. Now you know." Boom. Just like that. They have been through a lot. From cheating rumors and public embarrassment to random women suddenly showing up and causing drama, their whole relationship has felt like a reality show gone wrong. But through all of this, Kendra stayed by Joc's side. Honestly, she showed so much patience that anyone else would have given up long ago. But even the most patient person has a breaking point, and what just came out now has shaken everything. So here's what we know. Kendra is pregnant. Normally, that would be something to celebrate. But not this time, because the shocking part is that Joc is not the father. Yes, you heard that right. And if that sounds bad, hold on, it gets even messier. According to sources, and we are talking about those same people who always seem to know Joc's personal business before he does, Joc did not hear the news from Kendra herself. Nope, he found out from a leaked medical report. That report showed she was pregnant, but a DNA test ruled Joc out as the father. And once that report spread online, people lost their minds. Twitter exploded. Everyone was saying, "No way. Kendra did Joc dirty like this." Some people were shocked that the one person Joc had been defending all this time was the one who betrayed him. And when Joc found out, he lost control. He was out running errands when his phone started blowing up. Calls, messages, and those brutal headlines. Kendra pregnant, but Joc is not the father. At first, Joc thought it was a sick joke. He kept saying, "Kendra would never do this to me." But once he saw that DNA report with his own eyes, he knew it was real. Witnesses said he was pacing back and forth, sweating, shaking his head, and talking to himself. Then he threw his phone so hard, it broke on the floor. One person said he just kept repeating, "This cannot be real. This cannot be real." But it was. And once the truth hit him, Joc jumped into his car and rushed home. Now here is where everything gets really intense. When Joc walked into the house, he could feel the change in the air. Kendra was sitting on the couch, scrolling on her phone like nothing had happened. Joc slammed the door and said, "Do you have something to tell me?" Kendra looked up, calm and uninterested, and said, "What are you talking about?" Joc stepped closer and said, "Do not play with me. You know exactly what I mean." Kendra shrugged and said, "I am pregnant. That is all you need to know." You could see Joc's face turning red. The veins in his forehead were showing. He grabbed her phone, looked her straight in the eyes, and asked, "If I am not the father, then who is?" And then Kendra smirked. Yes, she actually smirked. And she said, "Does it really matter?" That was the moment Joc lost control. He kicked over the coffee table, knocked down a lamp, and punched the wall so hard that it left a dent. He kept yelling, asking who the father was. But Kendra just sat there, calm and unbothered. And now comes the part that will leave you shocked. Joc was not the only one who came to the house that night. Right when everything was falling apart, someone else walked in, and it was Kirk Frost. Yes, the same Kirk Frost who has had his own cheating scandals for years. The same Kirk who always smiled in Joc's face. The same Kirk who Joc once called his friend. As soon as Kirk walked in, Joc froze. Everything made sense in that moment. He turned to Kendra and said, "It is him, is it not?" Kendra folded her arms and replied, "You wanted to know who the father was. Well, now you know." People who were there said Joc lost it. He ran toward Kirk and had to be held back by security. He was shouting at the top of his lungs, "You were like a brother to me. How could you do this?" And Kirk? He had the nerve to laugh. Yes, he laughed. He actually said, "Man, it just kind of happened." Security had to drag Joc out of his own house while Kendra and Kirk stood side by side, just watching. But Joc is not the kind of man who just gives up and walks away. Word on the street is that Joc is already calling his lawyers. He is planning to fight back. Kendra might have just started a war that she is not ready for. And Kirk? If he thinks Joc is going to let this go, he is very wrong. Social media is going wild. People on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok are talking about nothing else. Some are saying, Kendra really betrayed Joc like that. Others are calling Kirk fake for smiling in Joc's face while doing this behind his back. But here's the real question. How long has this been going on? Did Kendra really think she could hide this forever? Because the scandal is just getting started. And from what people are saying, the next chapter is going to be even crazier. Sources say Joc saw a video that confirmed everything. He was pacing through the house, furious, saying again and again, "She played me. She really played me." Now Joc is not just heartbroken, he wants revenge. Word is that he has already spoken to his lawyers and is planning to sue both Kendra and Kirk for emotional damage and defamation. And here is where it gets serious. People are saying that Joc and Kendra had a prenuptial agreement. So, if Joc can prove that Kendra's cheating caused public embarrassment and emotional harm, she could lose a lot more than just her relationship. She could lose everything. While all this is going on, Kendra and Kirk have completely disappeared. People close to them say Kirk has stopped answering phone calls, and Kendra has gone completely silent. But Joc is not ready to move on. He is still angry, and according to sources, he is now getting ready to speak out. He has already scheduled an interview with a big news platform where he plans to tell the world exactly what happened and how Kirk and Kendra betrayed him. The real question is this: how long has this been going on behind Joc's back? Did Kirk and Kendra really believe they could hide something like this forever? And most importantly, is Joc about to take them both down? If you think things were already bad, hold on. What is coming next is even worse. This is not just a scandal anymore, it is becoming a full disaster. Joc finding out that Kendra is pregnant with Kirk's baby was only the beginning. Now Joc is not only heartbroken, he is ready to fight back. And it looks like Kendra and Kirk might have made a mistake they will not be able to fix. Let us go back to what happened right after that big fight at Kirk's house. Joc left with only one goal. He was going to make them both pay for what they did to him. And he was serious. The very next morning, Joc contacted his legal team. Not just any lawyers, but powerful attorneys who have worked with some of the biggest names in the music industry. Joc had no interest in keeping things private. He wanted the world to know the truth. One insider shared that Joc is not just looking for revenge, he is ready to completely ruin Kirk and Kendra's names. And guess what? Joc has proof. For months, he had been noticing strange behavior from Kendra. He collected phone records, bank statements, and even videos. He gave everything to his lawyers. The worst part? That proof shows Kendra had been meeting up with Kirk in secret for more than a year. And even worse than that, Kirk was using money from Joc and Kendra's shared business account to pay for hotel rooms, dinners, and expensive gifts. That money belonged to Joc, and Kirk used it to have an affair with Kendra. Can you believe that? Joc's lawyers even told him that he might be able to charge Kirk with fraud and embezzlement. If Joc goes forward with the case, Kirk could lose a lot more than just his reputation. He might face serious trouble in court. And of course, social media had a lot to say. People were shocked Kirk was cheating and stealing at the same time. Everyone agreed that Joc should take legal action fast. But then, something unexpected happened. Kirk tried to take control of the story. Just 2 days after the fight, Kirk posted a picture on Instagram. He stood next to a Rolls-Royce and wrote in the caption, "Stay out of grown folks' business. We are good over here." And guess who was in the passenger seat? Kendra, smiling like nothing was wrong. People in the comments were furious. One person wrote, "So now you are bragging about it? You stole your friend's girl and used his money, and now you want to act like it is cute." But while Kirk was showing off online, Joc was staying quiet and working hard behind the scenes. Sources say Joc's legal team already finished preparing the lawsuit, and it is going to be messy. The best part? Joc still has more proof that he has not even shared yet. People say he is planning a full interview to tell his side of the story. And what he is about to reveal, it is even worse than what we know now. So the question is not if Kirk and Kendra are going to be exposed. The real question is when. Stay ready, because the next part of this drama is going to shake the whole industry. And guess what happened the very next day? Joc went on The Breakfast Club and told everything. He sat down with Charlemagne, DJ Envy, and Angela Yee. When they asked about Kendra and Kirk, Joc did not hold anything back. He said, "I am not going to sugarcoat it. Kendra betrayed me. Kirk betrayed me. And they did it while smiling in my face." Charlemagne asked him how he found out, and Joc said, "I found out the same way you all did, from the blogs." When they asked him about the fight, Joc laughed and said, "Let us just say Kirk got what he deserved." Then he confirmed that he was moving forward with legal action. When DJ Envy asked if he was pressing charges, Joc said, "My lawyers are already taking care of it," and texting Kirk nonstop, asking how many other women there really are. Kirk told her to calm down, and that only made her more upset. Sources say Kendra has now moved out of Kirk's house. And here is the big news: she has already contacted a divorce lawyer. Yes, you heard that right. Kendra may be ready to end her marriage after finding out the truth. While all this is happening, Joc is doing just fine. After his song dropped, he reportedly booked several club appearances and interviews. Insiders say he is already working on a second diss track. But now people are wondering, is this the end of the drama between Joc, Kendra, and Kirk? Or is this just the beginning of something even messier? Because now that more women are speaking out and Kendra is thinking about divorce, this might turn into one of the biggest breakups Atlanta has ever seen. And Joc? He is sitting back, watching it all fall apart and smiling. He might have lost Kendra, but it looks like he is winning in every other way. So now the real question is this: is the story really over, or is there more to come? Joc has already released a diss track and started legal action. But Kirk? He is not the type to give up easily. And Kendra? If the divorce talk is true, things could get really ugly really fast. Let us not forget about the other women. If even half of what they are saying is true, Kirk could lose more than just his relationship. He could lose his money, his reputation, and even his place on reality TV. Now here's the real debate: should Joc actually take Kirk to court? Should he sue him for emotional pain and for using business money the wrong way? Or should Joc just move on, focus on his music, and leave all this behind? And what about Kendra? Do you think she is really serious about divorce? Or is this just another move to stay in the spotlight? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Everyone has an opinion on this one. And if you are loving this drama, hit that like button. This is better than anything on reality TV right now. And make sure you are following with notifications turned on, because the next update? Oh, it is going to be even more shocking. You are not ready for what is coming next. Stay tuned, because the drama is far from over.